There are so many videos out there teaching you how to create a topical map. If you have a WordPress website, this is the video for you because I'm going to give you a 2024 Topical Maps Masterclass totally free. The video's a little long, but if you don't want to see your website traffic increase by 5 to 10% in the first month, this isn't the video for you. If you have a WordPress website, I would stick around because I'm going to show you totally free of charge how to update your WordPress website to have topical maps and how to manage it with some of the documents that I provide. Stick around and let's get started in the video. All you'll need for this video, number one, is the documents that I refer to down below. Number two, a WordPress website, or you can use any other website builder, Squarespace, Wix, whatever it is you use. I'm just going to be building it within WordPress, but all the CMSs will be relatively close to the same dashboard, and you'll be able to work on and build a topical map in there. And then number three, access to an AI like ChatGPT or something that can help you to produce content. Let's get into it. Now we're going to jump into WordPress and go over how to set up your pages and what plugins you need installed. So the first thing I'm going to go over is what is a topical map. And maybe you know if you do, skip on ahead, but if you don't, stick around because I'm going to briefly cover it. A topical map is essentially you creating on your website your content in such a structure that it covers all of the topics of a topic. What is a topical map? A topical map is the organizing of content to thoroughly cover a topic. So let me give you an example. Let's say we want to create a website about dog, but then more specifically, we want to create the website about dog breeds. Well, if you think of, let's just say a German Shepherd and then a Poodle and then an Australian Heeler, if we start with those as the main subject, and then from there, we break it down into what type of toys do Australian Heelers like? What type of toys do Poodles like? And what type of toys do Australian Heelers like? If we just keep breaking down each one of these dogs into subtopics about these dogs, then eventually on our website, what we're going to have is a topical map. In this video, what I'm going to do is show you exactly how to structure your content and how to structure it in the most optimized way that I've seen through back testing and confirm with other SEOers out there to be the best practice method in WordPress. We're going to jump right in here and get into the WordPress website, start editing things, show you what plugins you need to use, and how to organize your topical maps with the documents that I'm going to provide. All right, now you're logged into your WordPress website. First of all, what you want to make sure that you have installed is an SEO plugin. The one that I highly would tell you to use is Rank Math. You can use Yoast if you desire, but if you're using Yoast, I would suggest you switch and know that Rank Math has an importer method where you can import the settings from Yoast into Rank Math. Really easy change. Make sure that you have Rank Math installed on your website. I would even say go ahead and get the Pro and install the Pro, activate it. It's very cheap. And if you're really looking to make money off of your website with SEO or to drive traffic, then I highly, highly encourage to get the Pro. So once you get Rank Math, go through, set it up, and I'm going to actually show you my own settings. So we're going to install Rank Math, and I'm going to actually show you the settings that I use when I'm installing Rank Math. So once installed, you'll need to connect your account. I would select Advanced to get into the settings, start Wizard. I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. Now, depending on what kind of website you have, you're going to select the category here. It's going to be important because this is going to be a label on your website that Google will interpret, and it's going to ultimately affect your topical authority, where Google believes you should be as far as what content you should be writing about, so on and so forth. Website name. This should more than likely be the name that you have on your homepage. So whatever homepage name, which I highly suggest always putting your business or personal brand name in there, make this website name the same name. Just to keep it simple, if you want to, you can just keep it the name of your website. Alternate name, if you want to do that, you can. It's not necessarily needed. Logo for Google, I would do exactly as they ask, 12 by 12, then default social share image. You're welcome to put an image on, and essentially that's exactly what it sounds like. It's going to be the default image that shows if anybody shares your website social. Okay, we're going to go to save and continue. And if you don't already have this set up, I highly suggest creating a Google Analytics 4 property. I'm even going to add that in here and show you how to create a property. So what I will do is I'm going to put that at the end of this Rank Math section on how to set up that Google Analytics property. That will be the second step, is we want to track our website in traffic, and it is good to have it within Rank Math if you don't like access analytics. In this next part, we're going to set up Google Analytics 4. All right, so if we go to Google, and you can find this link right from Google, just enter Google Analytics and you can bring up up the link. I'll even put a link down below to Google Analytics so you can just click on it. Go to the top left. It should say create here. If it doesn't say create, you need to refresh your page. Just get back to the basic analytics view. And as long as you're in the basic analytics view, it will say that. So click create account. And I suggest naming this account according to the website that it represents. Go through, select any of these you want. Click next. Property name, I would do the website name and then GA4. What's your website, Google Analytics property. Go through, fill out all this information. You might not find your category in here. That's totally fine. It really is a very limited categorization. They don't have businesses in there. And for this section, I would just select the first four, because if you select the last one, it would deselect all these. But these are the primary things that you're going to be using this Google Analytics for property to do: is generate leads, drive online sales, raise brand awareness, and examine user behavior. We're going to click create. You got to scroll through all this, click accept, just so you're agreeing to their term, use their technology. It's plenty of sense to me. So in this URL section, what you want to do is enter the URL of your website. Okay. In this case, I'm using another website by example because I already have created on the main website we're going to be working on. So we enter that URL. The stream name, I would just put website. So this is the information that is coming from the website visit. That's what this stream is: stream of information website. Because you can create multiple streams or analytics views for like an app or any other subdomain. If you had like support.yoururl.com, that's what this is for. Click create and continue. Okay. Now what you need to do, box will pop up, wait, is you need to manually insert this into the head. So this is really actually easy. I'll show you how to do it right here. Is if you go to plugins, this is the easiest way I know to do it consistently across many websites. Go to plugins, go to add new plugins, add a plugin called custom CSS. It's right here, simple CSS in JavaScript. Okay, once you add that and install it, go to the plugin, top here, click add JavaScript code. Once you click that, paste this code. This is the JavaScript code, C.js, that stands for .javascript, Google Analytics 4. And then name this Google Analytics GA4 and click publish. Make sure the priority is, before you click publish, that's 1. That means that in the code, in the prioritization of it, it's going to show up above or have a higher prioritization of it. Now, once you do that and you click publish, if you have a cache on your website, either WordPress server side, so right here, make sure you clear that cache, or in hosts like GoDaddy or other hosts, they have a cache where inside the hosting you have to clear it. Make sure you clear it, because when we come back, so we're jumping back into Google Analytics to test the installation, you will see that it will not show if your website's caching. So just keep going back and forth in this process and clearing your cache if you think you're having cache problems until it eventually says that it's detected. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. It just matters how quickly your server propagates, meaning how fast it refreshes that your website's located on. And so once you're done with that, you've installed the Google Analytics tag, and now you can link your Google Analytics into your rank map. All right, again, you can add that at the end of this rank map section. So coming back here. All right, then you start it from here. All right, now we're in the sitemap section. This part is really important. What do we want to set up sitemap for? Essentially, what parts of our website do we want Google to look at and we're going to display to them in our sitemap? And the primary parts that you're definitely going to want 100% are going to be your pages and posts. So your posts is going to be your blogs, your pages are going to be your website page. We deselect all these other items that may appear, landing pages, templates. These are all things that you don't want Google to be scanning, as they're not going to be offering information that you want people to find on the web. And by default, if you don't want people to find it, don't see it. The next thing is your categories. I would, and if you already have a huge, you may have multiple different selections that you don't see online categories, make sure that's selected, because Google can see those categories that you're listing your items in on your website, and it can help overall to improve your topical map spread. We're going to click save and continue. Move on to the optimization. In this part, all these basic settings are good. I would just leave alone. And then I would continue to click at the end of this, set up advanced options. So role manager is simply for if you're going to have people access your website that are just going to be doing web work, as far as edits to your website text, maybe an editor or a writer. That's what role manager is for, is to set what that person can access and edit within Rank Math. So if you want to update that, you can. I don't have any need for that. 404 monitor, I highly suggest you turn this on. You do want to see where people are trying to get and what, if they're getting there. And the second thing is redirection. I highly suggest on turning this on, as we want to see where people are getting redirected around the website, so we can set up better pathways for who are navigating. And this eliminates too quickly the need to have an external plugin to do that, because Rank Math provides protection and redirect within the same. Less plugins would be better. So schema type. This is typically going to be the same for all websites. That your articles, your blog posts are going to be articles. But if you have a news website, those will be news articles. And then if you have another, type of, niche website, you may need to choose article and not blog post. So schema type for pages, just click this on, or keep it on article by default. You may need a different type of schema, but 99% of the times you're going to just this one alone. Same thing for article type. And then these other items, remember, didn't select for our sitemap to show. We don't need to give landing pages if they're not going to be on our sitemap or any of these other items. Scheme, save and continue. So that's all set up, but we're not done yet. The next thing that we do want to do is turn on image SEO right here. Go into settings, click add missing alt attributes. And so what this will do is if a image does not have an alt attribute, it will automatically add to it. So by default, and there's a couple different dynamic parameters you can use, meaning it will grab information that's already there to populate it. And the one on here right now, as you can see, is file name. Is that the alt text by default will be the file name. I would just leave that alone. And then also here, add missing title attribute. I would also add this. What this will help do is if you already have thousands of images on your website and you haven't been SEO optimizing it, this will help fill in. And even if it's not all perfect, it will help occupy, maybe some of the keywords that you've used in your images and title attribute. I believe overall it can have more good effects than any negative effects for your website. So I would turn that on. I would click save. All right, the next thing I would do is come down to your robots text, and I would set up your robot text in this manner. I'm going to show you a perfect example. All right, this is how I would suggest that you set up your robots text, is that you have disallow :wp-admin/ next line, allow :wp-admin/admin-ajax.php, and then you do a space, and then you list out all sitemaps that are on your website with sitemap : URL/sitemap, whatever that means. As you can see in this example, that I have 5 different sitemaps. I have the primary core sitemap, the page sitemap, the post sitemap, video sitemap, and the news sitemap. I have that set up on Google because I want Google to see all of these sitemaps and know instantly when they're all being populated with new updates, instead of just having it look at one core sitemap. So some of the advantages in what I've seen in my test is that when you just have sitemap_index.xml, is that Google doesn't see the page or post. It doesn't see the updates to those pages, catch them as quickly as if you have the individual sitemap inside of that core sitemap, which these 4 are, getting scanned consistently. All right, jumping back into the website, we've edited and updated our robots text, and we have set up our images. All right, here's the next thing we want to do is start building our pages. So there are some things I'm going to have you do before you start building the page. One of those is installing a categorization plugin for your pages. So by default in WordPress, we all know that you can add categorizations for posts or blog, but for some reason you cannot add categorizations for pages. So in essence of building a thorough topical map, what I would like you to do is install a plugin that will allow you to categorize your pages, because as you build out your topical map, as you expand your pages, it's going to be incredibly important that you can organize them easily, because once you really, to be honest, even get to 40 or 50 pages, it can start to become difficult to continually grow that topical map in an effective way and do it in an organized manner. And one of my biggest goals in this video and helping is to help y'all to organize and to keep track of this topical map. All right, the plugin you want to install is called Create and Assign Categories for Pages. So if you enter that into the plugin search and you cannot find it, what I suggest is just go into Google, click and enter into the Google search, Create and Assign Categories for Pages, and the plugin should come up. It's right here. I'll put it in the description too for you to download. Download that, install it. Once you do that, you're going to see you'll have the ability now to categorize pages. So if we go into the quick edit menu here, we see these pages have categories. And why this is important, because as you go through, let's just say, for instance, in my case, I want to see all the Google Ads pages because I'm working on my Google Ads topical map. Then I can just click right here, click Google Ads, click filter, and it will bring up all my pages that are marked with the category of Google Ads. It just tremendously helps as you build your page library. All right, next thing we're going to move into is creating a new page. And I'm going to walk you through from start to finish how to set up that page in the best manner, from meta description to meta title. And we're going to use the topical map sheet while we do this. We're going to find and organize keywords, and then we'll go into the page and actually build the page. And I'm going to show you how to best link your internal pages to each other, what I call the silo stacking method. So coming into here, I've just created a draft. You just go in to your WordPress website, create a page. I'm going to go in, edit this page. I use Elementor, maybe use the basic editor or classic editor, or maybe you use Beaver Builder, Visual Composer. I'm not sure the builder that you use. This is Elementor, would be what I suggest, but you can follow along in your your own builder. So while that loads, I'm going to jump on over into our topical map document. So this page, ready to edit. You'll need to skip ahead here. So if you open the document that you downloaded, the Topical Authority Toolkit, I'm going to briefly go over this because one of the first things we're going to need to do is find our keywords and then find the sub keywords of our primary keywords before we start creating the page of content. So what you'll want to do is come in here, create and download this document and then re-upload it to your Google Drive, or you can use it in Excel. This is in Google Sheets, so Excel might not transfer it perfectly. I suggest using Google Sheets, but once you do that, you'll be ready for this step. What I'm going to do is actually just copy this so you can follow later. Okay, so let me briefly go over this. So this is your planning map right here. This is essentially where from left to right, you can map out your keys. So let me show, let's just say our main keyword is dogs. Okay, and then from there, we want to have dog breeds. This is level 2. So these are the subtopics of those topics. And then we want to have dog toys. And then we want to have places. Well, this is a sub level of that main level. Now, I did this all off the top of my head, but I'm going to actually now jump in and give you some tools that you can use to create this list. One of the easiest tools you can use is literally, you can just go to Google. If you enter dog here, then you can look on and see dog categories, dog bite, dog show, dog size. You can see some of those subcategories of dog, or let's just say dog foods. You can see dog foods to avoid without chicken, dog food for dogs with allergies. So you can use that as a basic level of filling out these support keywords. So if we do, for instance, dog breeds, go back here, we could have, as you see, dog breed categories, dog breeds list. All right, you can do the topical map this way. Now this is the most basic, the most simple, and the first I'm going to offer to you. Now a second way you can do this is, and I'm going to give you a few different ways. If you have a SEMrush account, which I would suggest that you can come into SEMrush. If you go to keyword overview, enter dog breeds, come down here, we can see keyword variations and we can see questions, or the best, under keyword strategy, this has an automatic topical map created. So this is a second way you can do it. Okay, so we're going to wait on that. It's creating a topical map for us. And then the final way, and the SEMrush way is the way I do it, is you can use ChatGPT. You can use the ChatGPT that I'm going to provide. You can say, for instance, give me, and I'll provide the link below. I created this topical map GPT to help you out. Here we go. And you can even get more specific and say, give me the top 10 most searched. If you remember, ChatGPT does have access to Bing, which Bing searches are going to be relevantly almost the same as far as top searches that are on Google. And as you can see here, it's listing off, okay, these are the top 10 dog breeds. So you can come in, you can take those and you can enter those into here. So you can create and break down this topical map as much as you desire. All right, what I want you to do before you start doing your keyword research is understand one thing about the keywords that we want to come out with here, and that is the keyword golden ratio. And this is what we're going to use to decipher and decide what keywords we're going to focus on in this first topic or topical cluster. So what the keyword golden ratio is simply is a calculation of how likely you are to rank for that keyword. So from left to right, we'll just go through how to do this quickly. What you have to do is take your keyword and you have to get the all-in title and search volume for that keyword. Once you enter this information, know that this document's set up. It's going to calculate the keyword golden ratio for that keyword, so you don't have to do the calculation manually. But what you do have to do is go into Google. So we're going to jump back into Google here, and you need to type all-in title, colon, and then your keyword. And on the right side here, you should see a number of results. So if you don't see those results on the right side, because Google is changing its interface quite frequently, and they're adding different panels from the AI to images first to whatever they feel is important for that keyword, what you need to do is go to the right side, click tools, and then click verbatim, not all results. And at this point in time, that should bring up the results. So that number from the results, you want to come back to your KGR calculator and enter in that number. Now the search volume you can get simply from any keyword tool like SEMrush. You just need to know what is the search volume for that keyword. Right here, for instance, we have search volume. So we could go up here, we could enter cats and dogs. You can do this in Ahrefs. You can do this in any keyword research tool. We can see search volume, that's what that is. This is the, jumping back up to the Excel sheet, this is the search volume. So go through and fill in all the keywords that you want to add, but stop once that keyword ratio or remove a keyword gets above 0.25. So you hypothetically and theoretically do not want to go above 0.25, because what this is an overall really difficulty calculator for ranking for those keywords. And the higher this number gets above 0.25, the higher it gets above 0.25, the less likely you are to rank for that keyword cluster. So this is a way to put a gauge, to put a control on giving you a higher probability of ranking your web page. And again, that's the KGR tab in that topical map toolkit that you downloaded. Now let's jump back into building our topical map. All right, now I'm back in SEMrush, and I'm going to be using SEMrush to create my topical map, to view everything that I want to in my topical map. Again, you can use ChatGPT, the bot that I provided, or you can use another tool, whatever you desire to do. Moving forward though, I'm going to be viewing best dog breeds and subtopics. What I want to do from here is take and break down and put some of these into my topical map. And I'm just going to start by putting these into the KGR first. So we're going to come back to our keyword golden ratio document. I'm actually going to delete these, and I'm just going to go one by one, speed up through this, and enter in these until I get my KGR where I want it. Or maybe I'll have to go break down and dive into some of these sub keywords, which are less difficult. We'll just go through, speed through the process, show you what I did with it. All right, so my second keyword, Rainer dog. This is just a great example. I'm not going to use this because the all-in title is way too high search volume. Again, this is the preparation part. This is what separates the rookies from those who end up ranking websites and getting traffic to them. And this is an incredibly difficult keyword to rank for, so I'm just going to remove it. I'm going to keep adding lists. And I do like SEMrush again because I can see here keyword ranking difficulty, which based upon the color of these is to be how difficult that word is to rank. And just the higher percentage or number it goes by colors. And red is going to be super hard. Green is going to be easier, but the higher towards 100, the more difficult it's going to be to rank. And this again helps me to filter down and focus on keywords that are going to actually rank. They're the ones that are not. Just going to continue this process. Okay. All right, I already have 3 keywords in there, and as you can see, the KGR 0.58. So I could try to balance this out, go through the whole process, and show you, get that number real low. But for just training sake, know that you need to keep it around 2.5. It's not going to ruin your SEO plan if it's like 0.35, but try to shoot for below that. All right, now jumping back over to our topical authority planning map, you can see that I have on level 2 here, which is our subcategory of dog breeds. I have those keywords that I selected in the KGR. I've even went out and built out subcategories of each one of these keywords. So gray breed dogs clothing, gray breed dogs best food, and you can keep going for as far as that keyword permits. So from left to right here is a sort of hierarchy of these keywords, breaking it down into different topics. And each one of these keywords, I've done that for by providing primary long tail keywords for each one of these primary long tail keywords. Now, jumping over to the second tab. And again, we're trying to stay within this Excel document because we're trying to keep everything in one place. And if you do use SEMrush, you can see these items quite easily. So it is easy to use, but I still do suggest dropping everything in here from whatever tool you're using so that as you go, you can organize it, because you'll see in the end of this how organized and neat it is and how you can keep up with everything. So now what we want to do is we want to grab our keywords, our primary keywords, gray breed dogs, and this is going to be our target keyword. We want to put it there, okay, in the top, and then we want to take those subtopic keywords and put that below the primary keyword. So I have this long tail keyword now, gray breed dogs clothing and gray breed dogs best foods. I'm going to put that page 2, and then we're going to have page 3 here. I'm just going to delete that. So from left to right, what do I have on this topical authority sitemap sheet? You can see there is a standard operating procedure that I provide for you for free that you can look at and download, and that's how to build these pages. But starting from left to right, we have parent page. What is the name of that parent page? That's what's going to be. We have keyword, page number, links to page, status. This is it completed? Is it done? So on and so forth. Good tracking. And then 2, page type. So these are the different types of page types: informational, transactional, commercial, local. And then we have the link. So what is the URL link on our website? Then we also have little check boxes. If you're going to order backlinks or build backlinks, then you can check that off. Or if the page has been completed, you can check this box right here, which means updated. It's done. So this is a way of tracking, and as you go through and create these pages, getting these pages done. All right, so what we are going to do here is we're going to jump back into our website, and what we want to do now is we want to build a gray breed dogs page. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to jump back over into ChatGPT. I'm going to use ChatGPT to create the titles and the pages for these pages. So give me 10 titles and meta descriptions that will rank based on this keyword. We want to paste our keyword in there. So what we're going to be editing first, again, we're going to come back over into our editor, and we're going to go, for me, I'm using Elementor. You may be using a different builder, but we're going to go into the SEO part of this. And this is rank math. This is what it should look like. Whether you're editing it on this end, on the Elementor side, or on the edit page, may appear a little different. But what we want to do is edit snippet, because we're going to be changing the title. We're going to make sure the permalink's light, and then the description. So here is a bunch of suggestions, and I'm just going to go through and choose one. You're welcome to choose whatever one you want and you think is best and going to be most effective for your users. So as we can see, this one's a little long. It's supposed to be rank math suggesting below 60 characters. We could delete part of this. We can edit it. We can say ultimate, bam, ultimate guide. I can delete this since. Okay, ultimate guide to gray breed dogs, characteristics, care. Okay, that works. We're going to go to the meta description, put that in here. It says it's a little long. I think, again, rank math is suggesting, I think that as long as it's below 160 characters, that it will be fine. And that's by testing and knowledge of meta descriptions. Just me making a preference, I believe it will be fine. So I want to make this permalink, since the name is ultimate guide. I want to make it this ultimate guide gray breed dog. Okay, that's what I want permalink to be. Okay, we're good to go. Everything looks good here. So we're going to exit out of that. We put the title, permalink, and description. All right. Next thing I want to do is update the focus keyword here. And yours will probably be empty, but I duplicated a page on my website, so it had this. So my focus keyword, of course, is going to be the primary keyword that I was using, which is gray breed dogs. Okay, if this is a really important page on your website, you want to label it as pillar content, and you can read about what that is. Essentially, pillar content is a structurally massively important page to your website that, in this case, this is going to be pillar content because it's going to be the primary page that the other page is linked to. And you're welcome to read more on this rank math article about what pillar content is. I'll put the description in the YouTube. I'll put the URL in the YouTube description. Okay, so we've marked that. We're going to come down and see what the additional errors are. Okay, saying H1, H2 headings, so on and so forth. I'm not going to go through and write all the content for this page, but I'm going to basically give you an idea of how you can structure and build this page quickly and create a template that you can build all of your pages on. What I suggest is you establish a page that, as you see here, it has a header image or a background splash, whatever you want to call it in your world, and that's this section right here. Get my highlighter. That's this section up here. And in that is going to contain an H1 and H2, possibly some paragraph text. So when the Googlebot comes to the website, we want to make sure that this page is as easily scannable as possible. And what I mean by that is that architecturally, from an SEO standpoint, that this page is set up clean and clear. We do not want Google having to search for the H1, which is the most important tag on the page, and what the page is about. So by organizing the page in this fashion, you're going to set up your page in such a way that Google likes the most, and the more Google likes your site, the better it's going to rank it. So starting from the top, we're going to have the H1 tag. I'm just going to fill this out briefly as I go. I'm just going to take the title here for sake of time, put that in there. Okay, that's the H1 tag. An H2 tag should really be, if this is going to be here, it should be supporting what the H1 is, but not exactly the same. So ultimate guide to maybe this first H2 tag is going to be how gray dogs like. Since this is about gray dogs and their characteristics and care, this is going to be a supporting topic. Now, what we can do to develop these subcategories is we can jump back into our ChatGPT. We can go here, and based on the title and the meta description that we chose, we can say, and you can use any tool for this, Jasper, whatever you use, even yourself, if you just trust yourself that much. Can you build me an article about this with H1, H2, and H3 headings? Okay, so look at this. ChatGPT is already building this for us. This means that we can now take this content and we can paste it into the page. We're not going to change our H1, but for instance, we can take this H2, come back, just going to update this, popular great dog breeds. And again, I'm not going for design here or any of these different things. I'm just showing you by example how you could do this. Delete this. We're going to come back. This should be finished next. We just time sake this, eat it. And as you can see, I've already got the start to a page with my H1 heading, with my H2 heading, with my paragraph text, so on and so forth. And if the writing calls for it, H3 headings, and I just keep going down and I can build out this whole thing. I can make edits in here, whatever I need or whatever I would build. Next thing I suggest adding is a frequently asked questions section. So this is going to be a section that answers the top questions that people ask for this terminology. So if you remember, if we go back to SEMrush, and this is just the easiest way to look at it, we could also use ChatGPT. So let's actually go into ChatGPT first and just say, what are the top search for FAQs based on this. I think it's amazing. Okay, what are the most popular great dog breeds? So what we can do, very simply, we can go in. We're creating these because we want extra schema. So that's what that's going to present. Put it the answer in top, or the question in top. You can go down, you can put the answer. You pay attention sometimes what chat adds and paste in the text. So we have one fact, we can go through and add all those facts. And as you see, what you'll have is a list of schema on your page now that you can use to increase the ranking variety of your page. So the next thing, in which so far, what have we done? We have built our H1 heading, H2 heading, paragraph, H3 if needed. We've added frequently asked questions. And then the next thing we want to do is when we add images, this is super important. Make sure that you create, so I'm going to show you, a variation of long tail keywords based on the primary keyword of the page. Okay, so let me go in here. Let me find a dog image. I'm going to actually go to Google and just get a dog image. Make this simple. Okay, so we're going to take a few dog images and I'm going to show you what I mean by this. We want to take these images with our primary keyword, okay, gray dog breed, and we want to create long tail keywords that are based off of, we could use our H2 headings. We want to use content typically that is on page. Okay, so download this. I'm just going to make this is going to be the main gray dog breeds. You know what, actually dog image gray. I'm going to get a real dog gray. Example's sake, I'm going to name this gray dog breed. Save. Okay. So that's going to be our primary image on the page. And I'm going to actually set, not only am I going to put this on the page, click select file, open this on the page. I want this up top here, too big for me. Okay, so we've got that image. I also too, though, not forget to do this, go into your page, to the actually page settings itself. Whether you're editing it from what menu will be different, but it's the featured image of the page. And make sure you update the page featured image. What you want to do with that main image, and we're going to update the alt text and description, and you want to do this for every image on the page. I'm going to show you my process and how to implement it quickly. So updating the alt text, no, it's going to help these images to be actually rankable by Google, because Google can't see images, and soon enough it may be able to analyze images, but so on and so forth. But for right now, the alt text and the description are what Google is looking at to understand what that image is. So for this example, what you want to do is we are taking our featured or primary image, and I'm taking the name of that image as I've named it and making it the alt text, which is our primary keyword. We always want our alt text to be the keyword for that image. And what I've also done in the description is I've created a description already with ChatGPT that describes with SEO rich keywords the alt text for this image. So you can take your alt text into ChatGPT and you can type something like this: give me an SEO description for this image based on this keyword, colon, gray breed dogs. Enter. Bam, copy, and paste that into there. I have max.ai installed as an extension. That's how I was able to open that. If you want to do that, or you can jump over into ChatGPT. So moving on. All right, so with our featured image, our main image, got it up here, we've got it on the page. What we want to do now is, let's just say we're going to add some other images to the body, and I want to explain to you and show you what I meant earlier of taking these and making these images long tail keywords of the original image. Okay, so right here we have this first section is popular dog breeds, right? So I'm going to update this with another image. Go in here, just grab this image, name this the name of that H2 heading. Yeah, time to have to get it right before you upload it, because unless you have some type of plugin installed, you can't change the name of the you upload it to the library. Clicking on it, select it, and now we have an image which represents the H2 heading that is here. We're going to do that all throughout. We can do it for the H3, the H4s, just those primary keywords and long tail supporting keywords. You need to have images that relate to those keywords, and I also highly suggest going through and the method I showed you with earlier, creating alt text for those, even captions and descriptions. So this is fully how you create a page from start to finish with a topical map focus. We need to add this in for the page building. So the final thing we do want to make sure that is updated, and this is the title of the page. Make sure this is the title that you have is the H1 title. And on WordPress, of course, you go into page settings. Your menu may look a little bit different, but you paste that in and you save your changes. All right, now we've gone through how to build your page on WordPress and totally optimize it. Next thing I'm going to show you is what I call the silo stacking method, and it's how to link the pages together in the most efficient way for Google to recognize the interlinking of your pages for topical authority. All right, the way we're going to link these pages is what I call the silo stacking method, and it's very specific in what you want to do. First thing you want to do is in the first paragraph of the page, in the second sentence, and you'll have to make sure the sentence is structured correctly so this works, but in the second sentence, the third or fourth word in that sentence, you're going to link to your second supporting page. So what we're doing is we're taking our main page and we're going to create 1, 2, 3, 4 supporting pages and interlink all those supporting pages to one another. And then those pages will link back up into our main page from our final page. I'm going to show you a diagram on how this looks, and how you do this on the WordPress website is simply this. Go into that second sentence and the second or third word, take it, link. So this is where the link would be, for instance, goes here. You're going to link that second or third word into the next page, and you're going to just follow this process until all of the pages are linked. And as you can see by this diagram, you just need to interlink all of these pages, and on your final page, whether it's third, fourth, fifth, however many pages you have in this content cluster, that is going to link back up into your primary page. So follow this way of linking, and I guarantee you, you're going to receive the best results from Google as far as the indexing and the optimization of your pages. How do you organize your pages? And this is going to help you down the road to organize these pages in categories so you can go through and organize topical map more quickly. So we have our main page here. I'm going to duplicate this page, and as you can see, I have 2 pages here. I want to make sure that our main page, I'm just going to go in the quick edit, that this page is organized appropriately, and you will more than likely need to create by going on the left side here, opening your categories menu, that category. So I'm going to create this category here. Okay, we have dogs, and then I'm going to create a subcategory of dogs that I call dog breed. And again, we're just following our topical map. I'm not doing anything special here, anything like that. Okay, and then I'm going to come back to my pages, and my pages are under drafts. I have not published them. Come here into the quick edit, look under, make sure only the categories I want selected, which this is a dog breeds page. So I'm going to categorize it, click update, and then categorize all my pages accordingly. If you can't see the categories in the top, you can go under screen options, open up categories by checking that box, click apply, and it will appear, as you can see. All right, now we want to organize the pages from a hierarchy standpoint. So we're going to jump in and we're going to take one of our sub pages of our main topic, our main topical keyword, and we're going to put it under the main page that we created. So that main page will become parent page. Let's jump right into WordPress, and I'm going to go over this. So I'm going to go to my categories. Again, watch how easy this is. I'm going to select dogs, click filter. And our main page is Ultimate Guide to Grade Breed Dogs. And I want to take this sub page, Grade Breed Dogs Clothing, and I want to put it under that as the parent page. So I'm going to go through here. This is alphabetical. JK, so there. So I'll click update. And now what we have is this page is a sub page. This page is a sub page of this page. So they're right now filtered by publish date. So this one is below that, but this is the primary page here, and the other page, the Grade Breed Dog Clothing, is the supporting page. And you go through and do this with every single page that is a supporting topic of this main page that we're focusing on. Hey, I want to thank you for staying around this long, and if you didn't have a chance, please like and subscribe, and know that this topical mastery course is going to be followed by other videos. Maybe if you like, even if you don't, I'll probably do it anyway. But please check out my channel, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching my video. Caleb Nation, see you.